Hey guys, well I recently got done doing the Leatherman squirt review, and part of it was I was searching for an ultralight knife to take with me on the Pacific Crest Trail. I like the Gerber curve, but it really doesn't have what I need, as I mentioned in the previous review of the squirt. Really what I was striving for was to see if the Victorinox Classic was pretty much the end all for ultralight backpacking. Really, you're going to have a little bit of food prep, opening freeze-dried bags, opening boxes, maybe cutting salami or some cheese or something, and that blade is a useful blade. You may not be cutting trees down with it, but having a nail file, keeping nails trimmed, small screwdriver for some things. In the scales, well, I'm missing the toothpick, but I also have the tweezers. A very useful tool that keeps you from carrying a larger tweezer with you, and scissors. Scissors are extremely practical. It's not very practical to carry even in the smallest set of scissors with you, and a lot of people carry nail files with them, and there's not much that you can't do with scissors that you could do with nail files. This can trim your fingernails, your toenails just fine, which is why the Victorinox is pretty much reigns supreme with a lot of ultralight backpackers. It really has all the package that you need. Now the Gerber curve is nice, but you don't have scissors, you don't have tweezers, and so I was looking for something to see if the Victorinox was pretty much the only guy in town with that combination of utility. Now this is still a very good price, and it's still pretty much head above heels of everyone else. But I did find the Leatherman style, and I was very impressed. One, with the finish on it, as I mentioned before with the Leatherman squirt, when I compared the squirt and the Gerber small pliers, there's no comparison at all. And the Leatherman style, pretty much, I enjoy the look. Now obviously this is, a pretty pink, but size comparison, maybe a little bit smaller this dimension, but it's a little bit slightly thicker. Now you can take the scales off these, but then you're going to lose the little holders for your toothpick and your tweezers. Now with the style, they've kind of repeated that whole skeletal look. Very slim package. The swivel here does swivel, so there's no binding issues when you've got it on the split ring. And I'll just start with the main blade, which is a little dirty. I've been using it, so I do apologize. I didn't clean this before the video. But the main blade is a pretty good sizable blade, and I can kind of do a quick comparison with the Gerber. It's not quite as deep, or doesn't have the belly. But it's got a great tip on it, which is very important for digging out splinters and things. And like we mentioned, with all the things you're going to be doing as an ultralight backpacker, that knife is going to serve you very well. Now the other side, it has, if I can get this out, it's got a very nice nail file on it. I was very happy with that texture on there. It really does a superb job. If you're going to compare nail files of all things. Small screwdriver tip, very similar to the Classic. Flat, nothing on the other side. Let's go with the other thing, which are the scissors. Almost identical scissors to the Leatherman squirt. I really like the sharper tips on them, and I like just the curvature, just the finish is a little bit nicer. So it doesn't have a toothpick, but what you'll see that you could almost miss if you don't notice it. See that little tab back there, right there? Pull that guy out, and you've got a really nice pair. Again, with a high angle on them. Make sure I'm in focus. A really nice angle on them, and pretty decent. I like the angled tip better than the flat tip on the Victorinox. Not quite as nice as like the REI ones. I mean, these you could stab somebody with them. They are just down to nothing tip. But I think it's an amazing package. And if you're looking for something to hang on your keychain, very similar to the Gerber curve, everyday carry, that sort of thing. But I really think this is going to be the perfect ultralight backpacking blade. And this is the one I'm going to carry with me. And I will let you know in the future if I have any issues with it. But so far we're about 10 days into carrying it every day. And I stopped carrying my Skeletal, and really I've enjoyed this quite a bit. And yeah, to be continued. Thanks, guys.